Alright, I am finally live. That took a few minutes. So let me set this up to let people know I'm live. Alright, let me send this out. Copy and reference. There we go. Let me get this all live here. Holy shit. Itchy. My fucking back is itchy. This sucks. Oh, fucking let me center this. This is terrible. There we go, that's better. Oh, what games do I play? It depends. I'm very picky about what I play. I'm not really a gamer. I more so use it because I edit 4K video in 360. So, and the only reason I got that is because I wound up winning the talent show with some of the money that I had. So, I'm sorry, I wound up winning the talent show, so I purchased the card with the money I won. As I said, Nancer and I kind of bought a computer component that I never would do because it's like way too much money. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for a bunch of people to get in here. I gotta put this out to people, because I want to make sure people know that's going on. I had a freaking long fucking day. Yeah, I got the money. How do you think I bought the 3090 Ti? Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know. I made a video about that, and so I answered the question about, I got my money and stuff like that. And people were asking me, did I get the money? What did I do with it? So by the way, you guys can all hear me, correct? Because other than that, I'm literally be sounding like a freaking idiot. You guys can hear me, right? Okay, all right, just double checking. I got to get a new camera because this thing's only 720, so this headset is shitty too. To answer your question, how I found out about the talent show is I was doing stuff on Omegle, and I think one of his handlers that deals with the money, Citrus, um, kind of sent me a text message through Instagram, a DM, and they sent me an Instagram message and asked me if I wanted to be on there because I don't go on Twitch. Twitch can't follow its own rules, so I don't stay on there. So I have no idea who's who. Like I didn't even know who he was. So yeah, I had a long fucking day. My day started off at like friggin'. I went to bed at 4 because I got in from doing street magic last night. I went to bed at around 3:30, and then I woke up at around friggin' 7:37, and then I went back to sleep until 7:30, and I had to pick up a friend of mine because I was kind of, I don't want to say teaching him how to do urban exploring, but I was kind of breaking him into it because he's military, but he's never done it before. That fucking place was nasty. I finally got down the basement of that place, though. That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Give me a second to message this out to people. So. I can make a post on this here real quick. Post. Story. Interesting. That's not what I need to do. Cancel that. Alright, so if anybody has any questions for me, they can ask me whatever they want. Oh, who introduced me to magic? So I'll cover a lot of bases with this because this isn't like it's not really who introduced me to it. I kind of introduced myself to it. And so to make a long story short, I always just tell people if you have a talent, just go after it. I basically came from a broken home. I was adopted when I was young, and long story short, I didn't get along with my family, so that kind of became my best friend. So I just kind of stuck with it. And then after I got out of that fucking situation, um, I wound up just continuing to work on it. For some reason, I just have a natural knack for talking to people, and so I just went ahead from there. And I spent 5 years of my life in a magic shop. I learned my magic before the internet, so I was hands-on in a shop. I didn't work there. I was only a customer. So, and that's basically it. So I have the personality of a dead fish right now because I'm like half tired. So I'm like, ugh. I literally had a freaking long day today. Like, oh shit. Are you guys familiar with my other channel, like what I do, or no? Mm, really should go into. All right, so I run a secondary YouTube channel. I'll type it into the chat. Originally, I'm from Massachusetts. I run a secondary YouTube channel, and that's the name of it. Let me see if I can find. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull my sweatshirt out of the way. Yeah, give me a second. Sorry about that. So this is my other YouTube channel. I had a couple sweatshirts made for this. This is my other YouTube channel. Make sure I get on camera here. It's called 360 Investigations. What this does is I go into like abandoned buildings and I film them. So I do it's basically urban exploring. And so what that what that is people, it's filming abandoned locations, whether it's psychiatric stuff like that. Um, hey, what's up? So it's what I do is I don't want to say training somebody today, but he had never done it before. So um, my secondary channel, for those of you just joining, is 360 Investigations. So that's the channel name you saw under the freaking talent show because I couldn't change it in Discord. So what wound up happening was I go into abandoned locations and I film them with a 360 candle. Oh my god, I can't even freaking speak today. 360 camera. So what that means is you can actually turn the video around and look when, because I just take the camera and I walk through there. Sorry, I forgot that. Whoops, my wife was. Whoops. So I just take the camera and I just walk through there. So and then I just basically edit stuff. I actually learned that in the magic shop. But that specific version, the tutorial on there is, hold on one second, I'm going ahead of myself here. So basically, I take a 360 camera. This is actually what the 360 camera looks like. It films at 180 degrees on both sides. So then the software puts it together in a globe, so you can it stitches it together as a sphere. So it takes one half of the lens and the other half, and so basically what it does is it creates like a VR picture or video, and then I just upload it to YouTube. So when you're watching the videos, you can actually look around. So it's all on like abandoned places and everything else. Okay, so let me get to a couple things in the chat here. How I learned to do McDonald's Aces is, I think I bought it, and then somebody in the magic shop gave me a little bit. I used to have a really, really, really good story for that, but I forgot what it was. And then the reason I made that tutorial is because people kept asking me, that's cool. So when I did McDonald's Aces and that, what happened is I made the tutorial. I got a ration of shit from the magic community for exposing how it's done, so I don't excuse that. That's why I don't really ever put tutorials on my channel, because I just don't do it. Because that's just not me. There are thousands of other videos out there. I just don't like to contribute to that. So what wound up happening was I made that tutorial for two reasons. First, people are always asking me, how did I get so good at what I do? And secondly, YouTube doesn't teach you how to do magic. So, meaning it's not that it doesn't show you the moves or anything else, but there's things that are involved in magic that YouTube doesn't teach you. So I compare making, if you're going to learn something on YouTube, I compare it to, I guess, building an engine. If you want to build an engine, you go to a mechanic and they can tell you how to build the engine. And if you want to be a champion at building engines, you can do that. The problem is you won't be able to fix it because you don't know how it works. So in that regard, YouTube only teaches you how to build the engine. They don't show you how it works because there's all this stuff in between that there's a lot of stuff that isn't being shown, or people aren't doing things right and stuff like that. So I don't want to say not doing it right, but what it is they're only going through the motions. There's no emotional connection. There's no explanation as to why this would be done this way or whatever. You'll just hear people say, well, this is what I did. And they show you these moves, but you have to understand what you're doing. And so I made that tutorial because YouTube, if you're going to learn a trick from YouTube, you might as well learn it right. And as well as I did that to show how much detail goes into it. Because when my wife was filming that, she actually didn't realize when we were done how much, she goes, I didn't realize you put that much work into it. I said, yeah, it's literally, that's why my stuff is the way it is. So that's why I designed that way. And that specific routine, I got from a combination of just watching like 26 different videos on it. Because I explained it in the tutorial how I did it. And so I got some of the stuff out of there just because I cleaned up a lot of it, because if it's really good, I designed it, I did that tutorial so a person who's basic in magic can understand it. So it's really simple. All right, so let me go on to the other questions here. Why would anybody want to learn magic? Various reasons. I learned it because I just came from a broken home and I just did it. That's what I did. Yes, Aiden Ross paid me. I made a video about that. Hold on a second. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just really good at talking to people, but my magic from a street performer point of view is I have a lot of audience participation. So that's where my niche comes in, because, a lot of people know what I'm doing. If you're a magician, then you're never going to get anything by on anybody. Because even if you don't see, you still know what's going on. So magic's not really meant for other magicians. It's not meant for other magicians. It's meant for people that are non-magicians. And then what happens at this point, this is where magic becomes a problem in the community, because it becomes a pissing contest to see who's getting better. And if you one-up somebody, nobody likes to be one-upped. And they're just like, that's good, or, I know what you did. I just feel like telling people, shut up, dude. No, you don't. So that's what happens. So what do I do outside of doing magic and exploring abandoned places? Uh, whatever. I mean, I spend time with my family and stuff like that because that's important. I always tell that. Um, and that's about it. So, and uh, as a as because again, people keep asking me, it's like, did I get paid and what did I do with the money? And that's why I put up a video on it, explains it. So I just point people to that video if you want to know. But since I'm here live, I'll just answer it. It says, yeah, I got paid, and I'm very, very, very good at budgeting. I always have been. I'm very good with money. So, my wife and I, allotted some stuff to bills. We, got ahead of further ahead than normal, and things like that. So that's about it. Oh man. Yes and no. It's part of it, but then you get shows and stuff like that. So, I actually can't work. Long story short, I used to do construction, and I used to do labor, and I used to work for this. I used to subcontract for this company in Massachusetts called Keyspan. They were a gas company, and so we used to do minor repairs on gas lines and look up stuff like that. And so what wound up happening was I was on my way to work one morning, and I actually freaking got into an accident. I broke my neck in my boss's truck. So coincidentally, I got like let go from there. And I always thought if you broke your neck, you were in a car. You were either paralyzed or you weren't, or you were dead. But apparently not, because of the vertebrae that I broke was fucked up. And so I went back to work, and I was doing die casting. For those of you who don't know what die casting is, it's when I was working in a manufacturer's plant. So they melt their own metal and they make their own molds, and they basically do their own machining. So it's basically a machine shop that's actually its own factory. So what happens is the liquid metal that you're pouring into these molds is like 1,000 degrees, and you have to wear special coverings on your shoes or anything else because your shoelaces can catch on fire or whatever it is. So what happened was I went back to work without actually going to physical therapy, and I didn't know that my neck wasn't working fine. And what happened was I would lose all control and muscle in my fucking left hand. And I literally dropped a ladle of liquid metal, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. So that's when I went to physical therapy, and they told me to turn my neck, and I couldn't turn it. I guess apparently I thought I was turning it all the way. She goes, no, no, you don't have that. So what ended up happening was I can't really do normal jobs anymore because my entire fucking system is all fucked up in here. And so I actually had to go on disability for that. So that's my disability is my main form of income, but that's how I got on it. And then my wife works, and that's it. So my main source of income is my SSDI because it's disability for working. So a lot of people don't know that. So I'm always open and honest with people. But when I do shows, I get enough money to do them where it's just additional income. As far as how do I make my own magic tricks, I don't know. That's a toss up because I don't sit around and it's like a comedian. They don't sit around and think up jokes. What they do is they a lot of them rely on real life. They rely on real life experiences. So I was in the registry one day and I was fiddling with the cards and I just kind of came up with a trick. It just happens by accident. It's not something you sit down and think about. And then I'm like, oh, that would be a really good trick. And then I test it out and I see how it works, things like that. So that's about it. Oh man, I'm not understanding the question. Well, the art in magic is the presentation. That's actually an art form. Magic can be science. I mean, I guess I'm really not understanding. Like, what do you mean by reality? Everything's always a trick. There's no such thing as real magic. I have to tell people that all the time. Everything I do, as bizarre as it looks and how off the wall it looks, is it's just it's there's always a trick behind it. But that's where the practice comes in. You may notice I don't really do coin tricks. It's because I'm not really good at them. Because if I spent all my time doing coin tricks, I wouldn't be as good as I was at card tricks and stuff like that. I mean, I can do some coin tricks, but I'm not like versed in them. I do some rope. I try to keep my whole spectrum wide. So it's kind of why I don't have a favorite magician. I don't have a favorite trick because if you keep yourself confined, it's kind of like music. If you don't expand what you know, then how are you going to know what's out there to like to what you're going to like? So it's kind of like one of these things where it's how do you think outside the outside the box? You just do it. Yeah, I've met some famous people. I wouldn't quite call them famous, but the most famous person I ever ran into was somebody you guys probably won't remember them if you're young. Is a person named Rex Trailer. He did a kid show a long time ago. I was that's when I was doing shows for the Stone Zoo. I was actually on stage with people who were on the HBO comedy hour too. That show was a fucking disaster. That was like one of my worst shows ever. Yeah. Here's the thing with that though. I don't use his name to promote myself. That's just not me. I ask people, sometimes on occasion I'll ask if they know who he is, and because I'll get into a conversation with people, but I just don't go around saying, "Hey, I was on Aiden Ross." That's just not me. That was the time frame it was done in, and then it's just water under the bridge. When did I perform my first show? Jeez, amateur or professional, or it doesn't matter or whatever. My first show was actually in a talent show at school when I was younger. I think I won that too. Yeah, it was when I was like show was when I was in a talent show for school. I think it was a grade school or something like that. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But even then, my tricks were like messed up. Yeah, you have to excuse me. I have the personality of a freaking dead fish right now because I'm tired. Somebody had asked me. Um, I think it was somebody that was asking me. It's like where they can get a trick from. Give me a second. Was asking me that. Somebody asked me where they can get a trick from. Give me a second. What the fuck am I doing here? Discard that. I don't want that. 1 second. If somebody was asking me, it's like, where did how do mentalists read minds? Don't know. I'm not a mentalist. I could tell you some of the stuff that they do, but I'm not really familiar with it. Mentalism's not really magic. It's a completely different art in and of itself. Um, mentalism is huh. I'm really not sure how to classify that because I don't want to say anything that's not right. So I don't want to get false information. But to my understanding, a lot of it's just guesswork. You're feeding people information. You're I don't want to say programming, but you're kind of influencing the way the outcomes of things like that. If you actually want to watch a really good mentalist, watch Darren Brown. If you're not familiar with it, I'll put his name in the chat. Um, This guy's ridiculous. Hold on, I think it's. Give me a second. I think I spelled his name wrong. Hold on. Yeah, okay, this is his name. Yeah, I spelled his name wrong. Hold on. Let me retract that. This is his name. And the pretty much the godfather of mentalism is somebody Max Maven. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta check on something. I apologize for that. So yeah, that's about it. Wow, I am fucking spent right now. Ouch. Hardest trick? Oh man, that's a rough one. Wow, that's a rough one. The hardest thing I've ever done is not a trick. It was when I did a bunch of things about pulling cards out of the air. See if I can freaking do it here. I get a deck of cards. Give me a second. Fuck, my cards are. Holy shit. There they are. All right. Yeah, the hardest trick I did perform was I did a stage presentation of pulling cards out of the air. So when I did it, um, this is the what I'm about to show you is the most complex sleight that I know. It's the hardest and the most complex. Um, so it's when I learned this from a French magician when I was in the magic shop because this move I think is over 20 years old because this was just hitting the scene. At least this hit the magic shop when I was learning this stuff. So it was taught by a French magician. So when you're doing this, it's the most complex sleight that I know. I wouldn't quite say I'm a legend, but so when you're pulling cards out of the air, it's all like a timing issue. So when this original sleight, um, it only appeared that the card turned around, but the French magician taught me how to actually turn the card around in my hand. So when you're doing it, you can pull another one out. And then there was this. This is the oldest one in the book. Then there's the Jeff McBride version, which is this. Then there's another way, which involves putting them out like this. Then you have pulling multiples out of the air like this. Then there's pulling fans of them out of the air. Yeah. Yes. So I get paid, yeah. I think I think one of the main reasons some of the people don't get paid on there is because it's dealing with crypto and I think they're underage. That's what I think is happening. I could be wrong in that, but I didn't have an issue getting paid. And here's the thing, even if I didn't get paid, it's not like I got scammed. People are like, oh, he's scamming you. I says, how the fuck would he scam me? I didn't put anything in. If anything, I still came out ahead. I still got subs, you know? Because part of the problem with that night, I think, was the swatting. But that's not really relevant to this because what happened is I still got paid, obviously, but he was supposed to have whoever it was talk to his mother, and I guess they never talked. So that he can't give the kid crypto. You know what I mean? He can't give it to him without his parents' permission. And so we had to actually talk to the mother about it to make sure that he got it and everything else. So I don't know. I left the server. I'm not even in his server anymore. I exited it. I hung around for a couple of days just to answer people's questions, and then I just left. Oh, that's a freaking interesting question. For me, oh, I don't know. The enjoyment. There's a video I put up. You can look at it. It's on my Instagram and YouTube channel. Uh, the shit, fucking rewarding part is I don't know. I always like doing things for people, and so if people are like freaked out with it, I don't know. I just like it's weird. I don't know. I like the reactions, knowing I can do something that other people can't, and then on top of that, I'll also I'll teach people how to do certain things or what to look up for and stuff like that. So that was fucking terrible. That was fucking horrible. Don't do that. That was fucking terrible. I'm missing like half of this deck. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird shit you can do. That was fucking terrible. The internet is basically permeated magic. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, as I had said, the the spectator's choice for the magician trick, that is mine. I kind of made that up. I was actually in the process. I was really toying with the idea of marketing that, like actually selling it. Give me a second. It's terrible. Trying to answer a question for somebody. This is terrible. There we go. Videos. Uh, all right, give me a second. I gotta fucking go into the chat here. All right, so yeah, Kevin, if you want to know what happened with the money and stuff like that, that's the video. You can watch it on. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Adam. I'm still looking for an apprentice, by the way. It's what's funny is hold on 1 second. I'll pull up a video that I made this video just because I could. Um, and I did it. It took me like a year to make the video just because of the contents of it. But and there was other stuff that I didn't put in here. But the the check this video out. That's I made a video called "The Day in the Life of a Magician" because that just goes to show you like what actually I did it because it's like serious and that. But the video took me a year to make simply because I had to record various things over. It just took me a year to record because I had to take bits and pieces out of it from various times throughout the year. So it took me like a year to make. There's things in the video. There was things that I never even want to put in the video because I wanted to kind of shorten it down. And so I made it specifically because people think that behind the curtain like what goes on. You know what I mean? So I made it like that. Really fucking should go to bed. I'm so fucking spent. I'm gonna eat this in a minute. This is like totally not good for you. This is like totally not good for you. My friend got it for me because I took him on I drove him out there today. So I was gonna ask you if you guys watched that last video. I just put the link in the day in the life of a magician. I was gonna ask you what your favorite part in that video was. All right, you have a good night, sir or ma'am. Holy shit, I am fucking spent. Actually, I'm gonna like message a friend of mine on this. See if he wants to listen to it. Wow, this is fucking bad. That's not good. Where is he? This is terrible. Oh, life. um, I don't know if he's gonna get it, but oh man, the first magic trick I ever learned, my sister taught it to me. It was some random trick with a deck of cards she did where it had to do with all the face cards, the 10 through aces, and then they were dealt out, and then they were cut up. They were cut into piles, and then they wound up being dealt out all over the place. They were dealt out the same. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. When I'm looking back, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know how it worked, but now that I'm looking back, as I understand it, that the I get it. So what's cool? Holy shit, that is fucking terrible. Uh, yeah, I am gonna cut this live stream short eventually, a little bit because I'm really 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 tired. What's trick? Which one are you talking about? Alright, what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm actually going to wind up cutting this stream off because I am really, really, really tired right now. I'm going to eat my Big Mac and then I'm going to look up a couple things I need to look up and then I'm probably just going to hit this. I'm going to go to bed. So I'm really freaking tired. I plan on doing other Q&As like later on just to go live. So in the meantime, I'm going to thanks, man. I'll be on again eventually. I'll always announce it. Tonight was fucked up because I was trying to get home before I was trying to get home or to start the thing at 9, but that's why I left a couple updates. So hey, how's it going? Shit. Getting some viewers in. I'll think I'll hang out in here for a bit longer. Because I know I'm tired and everything, but I'm one of these people that if I promise something, I'll usually deliver with it. What's up? I'm very, very, very fucking tired right now. I'm really tired right now. Yo, what's up? I swear, yo and hey have to be the two most popular names in the entire world. You just go out in the street, yo, 5 people look at you. Hey, like 9 people look at you. Fucking yo and hey are the same two things. Ugh. Wow. Oh my word. Yeah, I have the personality of a dead fish right now because I'm extremely exhausted. I had a really, really, really long day. It wasn't just getting up and driving, it was because I was walking. This place I was at was so fucking big, it was ridiculous. If you guys are interested in what I actually did today, I'll pull up the video real quick. Give me a minute. Shit, if I can find this. Wow. I'm really fucking tired right now. What am I doing? Oh my gosh, I'm fucking stupid right now. Tab, here we go. I need to do YouTube.com. Let me see here. What am I doing? The fuck out of there. Fuck me. This is my other YouTube channel. It's a channel called 360 Investigations. What I do is I go into abandoned buildings and abandoned places and I film them with a 360 camera, meaning you can move the video around. So what I'm doing right now is this place I had went to today with a friend of mine, I had filmed a year ago, and I just have to find it. What is it? I think that was it. That's not it. Give me 1 second, I gotta find this. Oh, here it is. This is there's a 2-part video. This place was friggin' huge. So I had filmed, that's from a year ago, and it was from March 16, 2021, and then that was, it was a 2-part video, like, if they give you, like, literally, it was so big. This is part 2 of it. In case anybody doesn't know, 360 video means you can move the video around, like you could just look around with the mouse or the WD keys and stuff like that. I think you can. I think it also works in virtual reality, so you can look at it in that. But you can also, some phones will allow you to move the phone itself, so you can see. But other than that, you can just like hold the screen down and move it and stuff. So yeah, I film abandoned places. I was there today with a somebody that was trying to. I don't want to say I was teaching him it, but I was kind of breaking him into it because he had never done a place this fucking big. He's been with me before, but he wasn't familiar with like all the ins and outs. So I was taking him through. Now I'm by no means like the expert friggin' urban explorer. I just happen to do it for a hobby. So it's something else I'm interested in because it's kind of cool. A lot of the places I go into, some of them are just like real fucking dangerous. Like some of them were like actually dangerous, meaning the floor was all fucked up in there and stuff. So, oh man, I'm fucking spent right now. Yeah, it was like I came in from doing street magic last night, and so I didn't get home till about like 2:30 or 3. Then I spent like an hour getting myself ready for the morning, and then I woke up at 7. And then I went back to sleep for a bit. I woke up at 7:30 and then just got dressed and we went out. I had to go pick him up. And then this place was like 3.5 hours away. Then we got there around noon or so, noon, like 12:30. Then we were walking around this place for till, I finally left at 5. And then I drove home and just now, so I was like, yeah, I'm fucking exhausted right now. Because it's not just about staying up and driving and everything else. It's like you're physically exerting yourself walking around this place. So that's the place I did. That's the place I took him. Like I said, I had filmed that a year ago, but that's the place I took him today. And just so you guys know, I'm actually in the process of. I keep saying I'm going to make this video, and I never do. But I figured now that I have an audience base, a viewer base, what I'll do is I'm I'm gonna have so many freaking people pissed off at me in the paranormal community and all these people that make these fucking paranormal videos because what I'm doing is I'm making a video that shows how a lot of the videos that these people are making are made. So I'm basically exposing all the shit that they're doing in the videos that you never see. The shit pisses me off. It like aggravates. I won't say it aggravates me. It's just the equivalency of people using urban exploring for paranormal shit because I'm a magician, so people ask me about, do I believe in ghosts or whatever else it is. So I came up with a lecture about, why ghosts don't exist and things like that. So what winds up happening is the 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 way people get pissed off at female streamers for doing nothing but showing their cleavage and they get a lot of money. It's the same thing I get. It's the same reason I get pissed off when people are trying to use urban exploring as paranormal bullshit. It's fucking annoys the shit out of me because it's like they're doing it for views, they're doing it for clicks. And I mean, great if that's what you're gonna do, but it still doesn't change the fact that it fucking aggravates me to no avail. Like, how are people this stupid? It's the same reason. It's like when you watch somebody who's actually struggling to try to, get themselves situated in streaming, and here comes somebody who, shows cleavage, and all of a sudden they're just getting streamers views, hundreds of thousands of views for doing literally nothing. And it pisses it pisses the people off that it's like, here you are doing work, and then somebody comes along and does it. That shit should not be allowed on these fucking channels. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it just comes with the territory, so you have to deal with it. But that doesn't change the fact that it aggravates me. It just fucking aggravates me how you get. It's not even that they're getting the views. It's not even that it bothers me in the sense that I'm a magician. It's just how the hell are the how who the fuck is clicking on these videos? That's my point. So me making a video exposing how some of these paranormal videos are made, you'll be amazed at how some of them are made. They're absolutely ludicrous. And when you start understanding like how these videos are made, you start to understand it's like, why the hell was I watching this? You know, it's kind of interesting to see because, like, what do people come up with? It's like putting the thumb. It's like putting something in thumbnail. I made caviar from scratch, and then this happened, and it's like, what? Snow. I understand that that's how it works. You know, you get some people that are following a trend on that, but that's about it. So I am fucking tired. I'm tired because of that shit today. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, sorry I have the personality of a dead fish right now. Tired. I'm very tired. But I didn't want to not do the live stream because I had been, I had set it for a couple of days, and I wanted to make sure you guys got your live stream. I don't like saying stuff and not being able to do it. Then I feel stupid for afterwards. I'm like, oh shit, sorry about that. Like, whatever. I'll go to bed tonight. I am gonna eat this though. I'm gonna fucking eat this. It's not good for you, man. It's fucking Big Mac. I'm gonna eat it. It's not gonna be. It's not good for you. Oh my word, I'm so tired. Oh, wow, it's bad. I think it's funny how somebody actually read the stats on my computer, my system above. Oh yeah, I answered. I'll show you. You didn't. You weren't in here. Then I'll get the video. Shit, I don't even know if I can fucking even open that. Can you even open? I don't think they're gonna allow me to use fucking. I don't think they're gonna allow me to use that. Fucking interesting. Weird. All right, so let me try this. Is it? Sure enough. Give me a second. I'll put it in. Give me a second. Oh man, I'm so fucking spent right now. Fuck me. Give me a second. I gotta find this. Shit. Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. I closed the damn window. I'm such an idiot. Let me go back to it. Oh my god. Investigations. All right, so snags. The place I went to today. I didn't film anything today. I had filmed this place a year ago. Um, and the person I went there today because somebody I know is trying to get somebody I was with today. He's trying to get into urban exploring. So I had already done this place a year ago, so I took him just because it's pretty friggin' big. He had never done an explore like this because he's been with me, and so um, he's been with me before. Oh my god, I can't even talk today. Yeah, he's been with me before. So, um, but this one was a totally different thing. So he's military, so. uh, Did I fucking close that? I did, didn't I? Such an idiot. Uh, Fuck off with this. Seriously, what the hell? Hold on, I'm gonna fucking fix this. Holy shit. I closed the fucking window on this. That's hilarious. What the fuck is wrong with me? There we go. It's a creative studio. Holy shit. Yeah, it's hard to tell what he thought of it. It's he didn't really have one, any real input on it one way or the other. He says it's cool, but then again, he was just as tired as I was today. So, oh, I actually got down the basement today. That was actually interesting because I couldn't get down the basement before. Because it's not that I couldn't get down there. The basement has like 2 inches of like it has 2 or 3 inches of like really nasty fucking water in it. If you get any of this water on you, it's like instant cancer. You're definitely gonna get something. It's so toxic. I don't mean that figuratively. I mean the water's toxic. It's fucking so nasty. So you got to be like really careful when you're walking through it so that you don't splash anything up. It's so disgusting down there. I'll see if I can actually find a picture of it because I took a shitload of pictures with this today. See if I can pull them up. Photos, here we go. Actually, let me go into this here files. I'm gonna go to images, camera. Let me see if I can actually pull up a point with me in the water. Oh shit, is this fucking like... Somehow I was taking pictures, that's fucked up. Let's see. I'll see if I can show this to you. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know, yeah, fucking that's too bright. But that is my boot, and that's the water I was stepping in. It is fucking nasty. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, that's the strange part. I've never encountered an animal. The only people I've actually only ever encountered two other people because I've never encountered homeless people. I've never encountered animals. I've never actually no, I shouldn't say I've encountered animals. I actually found one bat. I found a bat, and the kid was it was in a building that was closed due to black mold. The places that I'm into are like the places I go into. They're like really toxic and they're dangerous. So that's why I'm always stressing, safety in my videos. No, I've never been stopped. But yeah, all right. So what I do is the places I go into are so freaking far gone that the cops just don't even give a shit anymore at this point. I mean, if they see you, they see you, but it's not like a new abandoned place that's been being watched that has cameras and shit in it. The stuff that I go to is always way past the point to it's people have tons of people have already explored them and things like that. On occasion, I'll get really, really lucky and I'll find a place that was untouched. So when I say an untouched place, I mean it hasn't been vandalized, it has no graffiti. So for example, the office building I did, that's untouched. The untouched abandoned farm. My wife and I were looking for a house when we found that. We drove by it. At first, we thought it was just a building, but as I went back, I realized it was a whole fucking farm. It was actually kind of interesting. So that was a good find. That was an accident. And what's really bizarre is that I was doing an explore, and there's this house. No, you don't take anything from these places. There's just unwritten rules for urban explorers, and I'm very strict about this. You don't break anything. You don't actually break into anything because most of the openings are already there because either previous vandals or homeless people. Now, that doesn't mean you can't get in trouble for going in them, but you don't take anything, not because it's not just yours, but the shit's contaminated. Um, and then on top of that, you just take pictures and you don't disturb anything. So that's just the way I do it. So I don't. If I had found cash, that's a different story. Like if I find money, that's different. But if it's like just you just don't take shit because some of these places are asylums, and so there's a lot of like medical paperwork. So you have people's like social security numbers, personal information all over the place. So when I'm editing a video, Um, I try to get any names of the place out of it. That's why you don't know where I do things. Now, if the name of the place is in the video, I can't do anything. So when I did when I did the abandoned racetrack, the name of the track is plastered all over the place. So it's not like I'm not going to sit and edit all that shit out. So that's just a different story. So I just let it fucking go. So you can kind of figure out where that is. But a lot of these places you can't find unless you know where they are. And well, I shouldn't say you can't find them. If you look hard enough, you can find these things. I'll be right back. I gotta go check something. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was screwed up. I shouldn't have left like that. I was in the middle of something. Sorry about that. Man, this is terrible. Well, anyway, I'm gonna friggin'. I'm really, really tired, so I'm probably just gonna end this stream right now. I know I said that before, and then a bunch of people came in. So, uh, there we go. So if anybody has any other questions, let me know. Again, sorry I have the personality of a dead fish right now because I'm like so fret tired. But I didn't want to not do the live stream because I said it was going to. So yeah, I'm going to. If anybody has any other further questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm gonna fucking after I get off this, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna drink the rest of my coffee, and then fucking just crash. I'm so fucking tired right now. Well, anyway, I will See you guys later. And thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I'm fucking exhausted. So I will be on live again. When I'm on. I will make those announcements. So until then, Spaz Magician signing out. You guys have a good one.